Hi, everyone. Sorry, I didn't get enough advance warning before I got cut off on the last recording. But we were talking about the last branch of diversity in the Pentecostal movement that I want to look at today, and that is are the female leaders that led the movement, and these were among the most prominent and influential in the movement. Um, One of the earliest ones was Florence Crawford, who founded the Apostolic Faith Church in Portland, Oregon. She came directly from Azusa Street, and there was a bit of controversy, unfortunately, in the founding of the movement because she had a bit of a falling out and a disagreement with William Seymour, and she took the mailing list of that he had collected because I believe she was the person who sent out the newsletter, and there was a mailing of I think at least 50,000 or maybe as many as 100,000 people that they were sending out reports of the revival that was occurring. Well, she took that address list with her to Portland, Oregon, and helped start the Apostolic Faith Church in Portland. Now, back then, because of the limitations of technology, there was no computerized record of that address list. So once she took it from Azusa Street, it was gone, and it was hard for Azusa Street to be able to recover from that. And unfortunately, the Azusa Street mission started to decline in influence. Um, the Apostolic Faith Church in Portland for a period did uh, create a fair amount of attention, but not nearly the kind of attention that the Azusa Street Mission did. It still exists today, and I remember as a young, very new Christian, as a young teenager, I remember seeing their original building, their original brick building in downtown Portland. The most influential female Pentecostal leader of this early area by far, and arguably you could say, in many ways, the most influential early Pentecostal leader of that era was Amy Semple McPherson. She she founded the Foursquare Church. She founded Angelus Temple, but before she did that, she was already a very recognized evangelist in the early Pentecostal movement, and she went on several tours across North America, and even became a missionary, an early missionary in to China. But after her husband's tragic death, she came back um, to North America and continued to evangelize and found Angelus Temple and ultimately the Foursquare Church. She was also she also, for a period of time, became involved in Broadway as an actress, and but she had a number of people in Hollywood who attended her church, and notable people. A young actor named Anthony Quinn, who became a famous actor in Hollywood, attended her church, and a young teenage boy, really, named Richard Milhouse Nixon, um, who eventually became president of the United States in 1968. Um, it's on the records of Angelus Temple that he became saved at Angelus Temple as a young boy. But another later influential Christian evangelist was someone named Catherine Coleman. She was notably influential in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. I believe she passed away in 1977. I've interviewed her secretary, um, Diane Scott, and she had an amazing prophetic and healing ministry that really influenced North America, but other parts of the world as well. And lastly, and most recently, someone named Joyce Meyer, who's noted as an evangelist, but especially as a teacher. I would say she is one of the most gifted teachers in the Pentecostal movement today. Obviously, she has quite a following on television, in books, and she maybe some of you've been to some of her seminars or watched her television shows. But anyway, she just represents a much a more modern but long litany and history of female leaders in the Pentecostal movement. The Pentecostal movement globally continues to be um, certainly among the most diverse Christian movements in the world. Probably, I would say, certainly by its scale, it is recognized as the most diverse movement in the world. Unfortunately, in North America, we have seen a decline over the last few decades in the number of women participating in leadership in Pentecostal movements, and that is a trend that hopefully will change soon, as some of you perhaps in this class will take on roles of leadership yourselves. But anyway, it's been great to talk with all of you this week. I look forward to talking with you on our video chat this week, and also look forward to our discussion next week as we begin to look at the healing evangelists of the 20th century. Thank you so much.